Turn on the lights in the entertainment room. Turn on the lights in the entertainment room. Okay. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to walk through the syllabus with you. You don't have to watch this video, but sometimes some people would rather uh, follow along as someone talks to them rather than read it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. This is on our homepage. So I'll go ahead and click the syllabus and we'll just kind of read through this together. All right, let me make this a little bigger. All right, so this is wrong course, multivariable calculus. Did I? Yeah. Okay, let me fix that. This is calculus 2. That's surprising. Math 21B. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, so general information. So first of all, my name's Mike McCain. I'm going to be your professor for this shortened, compressed 6-week semester. So yeah, let's see. So I've been teaching calculus for a long time. I usually teach calculus 3. So you may see me in a future class and differential equations. And I really love this stuff. It's really fun. For some reason, I fell in love with mathematics in school. I didn't always want to be a mathematician, but took a class from a couple teachers up there and just kind of enjoyed it. And I love the beauty, especially of calculus. All right, so I've been teaching here maybe 20 years or so. I'm well qualified to answer any questions you have about this course. So I'm your #1 resource as far as questions that you have. We also have tutors available, but um, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be able to help you. All right, here's our CRN delivery mode. So this is a hybrid course. We do have 2 required in-person meetings, and those are for proctored exams. They're 2 hours each. One's at the end of the 3rd week, one's at the end of the 6th week. The dates are here. So if this doesn't work for you, you're going to want to drop the class and take it somewhere else. Okay. So make sure those dates work for you. As far as contacting me this semester, you can use the Canvas messaging system. That would be over here, a little inbox. You can call my office, which will send me a message to my phone, and I'll give you a call back. Leave your number on there. And you can also use the My Lab Ask My Instructor button, which you'll see how that works in the videos below, one of the videos below. If you have general questions, ask me here. If you have homework like My Lab specific questions, just use the Ask My Instructor button in My Lab. It'll send me a copy of the question. All right. And then always respond within a working day. So sometime the next day, I'll get back to you. Now, you're going to want to ask me your questions Monday through Friday. I'll check my email Friday, at 5 p.m. or so. But after that, I'm gone for the weekend. Okay. I need to have my alone time. So make sure you get your questions in early. If it's outside of that, you're going to have to wait until Monday for me to get back to you. All right. I do have an office on campus, but I won't be there this semester. I don't have any regular office hours, but I can set up Zoom appointments throughout the week. You want to meet with me and discuss some of this stuff? Let's do it. Okay. Just send me an email. Let me know your availability, and I'll help you out. I will be sending out Canvas announcements throughout the semester. In the next video after this, I showed you how to set up your push notifications and email notifications so that you make sure you get those. If it's not working, you need to make sure to log in and check your announcements. As far as what to expect for this class, you can go ahead and read through that on your own, but here's the deal with this class. This is normally a 17.5 week class. It's almost 18 weeks. And the class normally would require between 10 to 15 hours of work per week. That's during a normal semester. Okay, that's standard. We have articulation agreements with the schools where, we state the low and high estimates. Of course, they're just estimates. Some students might work longer, some less, but The thing about this class is it's a 6-week class. So we're compressing 18 weeks into 6 weeks, essentially. And what that means is all the work that we're doing is going to be multiplied by a factor of 3. All right. So that basically means instead of 10 to 15 hours a week, multiply those by 3. So that's 30 to 45 hours per week. I'm hoping that it's on the lower end. It just depends upon your previous, experience, your ability to um, use technology. Um, so it just kind of depends. I've seen as low as maybe 15 hours a week, but I've seen as high as, 60, 70 hours a week. So but I would say in that estimate between 30 to 45, that's about what you can expect. It's exactly the same as a regular semester course. It's just compressed. All right, read through that if you like. I know it seems crazy, being that it's pretty much a full-time job, but that is what you're signing up for. Okay, so that's the deal. That's the trade-off. You get to finish in 6 weeks. That's huge. That's a great benefit, but the trade-off is you have to work a lot harder during those 6 weeks. All right, so that being said, I can tell you that I think this class is really interesting. The ideas in calculus, the animations that you're going to see in this text, it's really fun. And if you take the time to appreciate the beauty, you'll have a lot more fun. In fact, if you go on and take Calc 3 and differential equations, you'll have a lot more fun there too if you can invest more now. Um, we use, like, for example, in Calc 3, you pretty much redo Calc 1 and Calc 2 in higher dimensions. And in differential equations, it's like kind of calculus on steroids, right? So, but if you learn this stuff really well, it'll help out. And pretty much the language of the sciences and engineering, technology, it's all solved using calculus stuff. I mean, that's what differential equations is. So you'll get to that eventually. All right. But we do move very fast. So reach out to me on a daily basis if you have questions. And then you're going to want to set up, like a regular spread the work out throughout the week. I have due dates, I think Monday through Saturday. So what is that? 6 days. So that would be, let's say low end would be 30. So that's at least, let's see, 6 days, 5 hours to high end would be 45 to 5 to 8 hours a day, I would say. Now, I know that's a lot, but that's what you're signing up for, okay? If that doesn't work for you, you need to drop the class and take it during a normal semester. All right. Okay. All right. Required course materials. So for this course, we do have a few things that are kind of required. One would be a desktop or laptop computer running Mac OS or Windows. A Chromebook isn't really going to work for some of this stuff. You won't be able to open the interactive text. I do have an HTML version, but it's not going to be as interesting. So I would drop the class if you have it's all you have access to as a Chromebook. I mean, you can still do it, but it won't be as fun. All right, so Mac OS or Windows. Also, we're going to need a mobile device. So that would be like an iPhone or an iPad or a Samsung Galaxy, something running iOS or Android, pretty much all phones. We're going to be submitting work, written work this way. Also, you'll be allowed a TI 30X, I guess that's a 2S calculator on your exam. I think they're like $12 or something like that. I would suggest ordering one now. Otherwise, you won't have a calculator on your exam. So there's so many different calculators out there, and some of them run these computer algebra systems on them, and they solve problems analytically, which you're not allowed to have on an exam. You need a basic scientific calculator, and this one I know will work. So grab this one, and then it'll make it really easy for me to check your calculator when you come in. We're also going to be using a program called MyLab, and you're going to need access. It's kind of a subscription, an 18-week subscription. I think it's around $75, maybe a little more now. If you don't have the money to purchase right away, that's okay. You can get free access, full free access for 14 days. And the instructions for that are in the next video. And they're also in the Getting Started module. If you don't upgrade by the end of the 14 days, you'll be dropped, right? Oh, and by the way, you need to you need to sign up for either full access or temporary access by the first day of class, by the end of the first day, or you're going to be dropped. We've got students waiting to get in this course and want to make sure that I get as many students that want to work into the course as possible. All right, the access comes with a digital version of our text. So yeah, and it's a great text. Assignments. Okay, so we've got a few assignments. We've got lecture notebooks, we've got my lab problems, and we have exams. That's basically the three things you're going to be responsible for. You're going to be watching these lecture videos. Um, they're anywhere between like 20 minutes to 45 minutes, which is quite a deal because normally one of these lectures would be like 2.5 hours, and you'd have to drive to campus, sit there. It's a lot of downtime, and then drive home. These videos were made by a few professional mathematicians. Um, they're shorter. They pre-made some animations for you to do that saves a lot of time. They pick key specific example problems to work through that will help you pretty much with 95% of the problems you work on. And some kind of basic theory. They don't go into the theory in full detail, which is I generally do go into the theory in my regular classes. But if you want to go into the theory, you got the textbook available, but you can also reach out to me. That's my favorite part. So if anyone is a mathematician or just wants to know more, that's the really fun part, at least for me. All right, so you're going to be submitting lecture notebooks, and so you're going to watch the lectures and you're going to take notes. And these are the requirements. They need to be handwritten. So you can use an iPad, that's okay, but you need to write using that stylus. It's got to contain all the material from every slide in the video, including example problems, statements, worked out pictures, graphs, and everything needs to be clean and correct. And your pages need to be submitted in order, right side up with good lighting, and everything needs to be shown, drawn as shown or written as shown. The idea is that as you work through your MyLab problems, which we'll talk about in a second, you'll have this set of notes to refer to that will aid in doing those problems. I know it's a pain, but again, it's a good trade-off, right? Consider all the time it would take for you to drive to campus. You don't have to do that. You don't have to sit in a 2-hour class. It's just, anywhere between 20 minutes to 45 minutes. Just take notes. That's all you got to do. All right. And you can rewind the videos, fast forward the videos. All right. Okay. So I do have a drop policy, and it's here. It's also down below. So VC has a drop policy, actually, if you miss more than 1/9 of the course. So the lectures, these lecture notebooks are going to serve as proof that you're keeping up with the course, you're coming to lecture, online lecture, and you're taking notes. And that's enough for me. So you can miss up to 5. I would suggest not missing any. Oh, I'm sorry. You can miss up to 4. Missing 5 will result in a drop. You'll be dropped from the course. So you got to be really careful with that. Keep up with the weekly due dates and try and stay on track. Okay. My lab problems. So we are going to be working on the problems using my lab. So I did make a video for that down below, so you can watch that. The due dates are on the homepage. So yeah, you can watch that video. Pretty much everything you have is there. And we do have 2 exams. You can use that calculator. You can also use some note cards. In our case, we can use, I'm sorry, not note cards. We can use a cheat sheet. It's a big 11 by 9-inch regular piece of paper, single side. You can write whatever you want on that one side, except for worked out problems, basically. So make sure you read that carefully. And on your exams, you will be graded based upon how good your arguments are. This would include use of proper notation and also writing notation correctly, handwritten notation correctly. And I mentioned that in the other video about how to handwrite correctly, math notation. I do have a couple extra credit opportunities for this class. This one's worth 4% extra credit, MyLab notebooks, and this one's worth 1% discussions. This one's super easy because all you have to do is create your cheat sheet on exam week and just share it with everyone so we can kind of see what what you think is important and should be on your cheat sheet. And there'll be some instructions on that discussion. I'll remind you about it too. So super easy, it's an incentive, and it will help you prepare for the exam. So 1% extra credit. MyLab notebooks. So the MyLab notebooks are also extra credit. Basically, what these are is as you work through the MyLab problems, if you want to, you can write out a high quality document where you have the problem statement exactly as it's shown in MyLab. You have the full argument that you wrote out, not just a bunch of numbers and boxed answer at the end. That's not calculus. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in an entire argument um, on solving the problem mathematically. Okay, so here is the info on that. In order to upload those, you're going to be using that Genius Scan app and uploading them. And the due dates are posted, but you can turn in stuff late. I don't recommend it because it defeats the purpose, at least not too late, defeats the purpose for getting ready for the exam. You need to kind of stay on track, especially in this class. We move fast. The requirements are all stated here. And as long as you've satisfied those, you'll get full credit. If not, if it's close, I'll give you half credit. If you're missing something or something's off, I'm going to give you a 0. You can always go back and redo it, but it's just kind of a waste of time. So just extra credit. So it's not mandatory or anything. That should have been 4%. So it's 1% here and 4% there. I'll change that. And again, the incentive here is that you get the extra credit, but you also have the extra boost of having all of these problems written out that you can use to study for the exams. So I highly suggest doing that. It's up to you though. Here's the weight. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that should say 4%. My bad. So I'll change that. I should probably change that now. 105 is my max. Where are we? There we go. Okay. Oh, no, it is 4%. I changed the wrong one. My bad. I'm tired, I guess. Jumped ahead. Yeah, lecture notebooks, those are required, right? The MyLab notebooks and the discussions, those are extra credit. Okay, so let's head down there. All right, here's the breakdown. 40% exam 1, 40% exam 2. These are not cumulative, so this is like a test on the first half of the class, and that's like a test on the second half of the class. All right, where is the... Yep, okay. You can check your grade at any time. I'll let you read through that on your own. Here's my add policy, waitlist policy. If you're a waitlisted student, you're going to want to read that stuff. Also, I mentioned the first day drop policy. If you're not registered in MyLab, temporary or full, you could be dropped. And I do have a general policy. If you fail to submit, I already mentioned that, 5 lecture notebooks. I don't do incomplete grades. And there's a chance I might change the syllabus. So if that happens, I'll let you know. Usually it doesn't happen though. And also, academic integrity, I don't have to worry about that now so much because we do have on-campus exams. So, but do your own work, right? You're not going to be ready for the exams if someone else does the work for you or a computer program does it. So, but fortunately, we got exams now, so we don't have to worry about that issue anymore. Professionalism. So, all right. So, during the semester, when you're addressing your peers, just make sure to be polite and positive. And when you're addressing me, address me as Mr. McCain, Professor McCain, or Professor throughout the semester. This would include an email communications. First line should say, Dear Professor McCain, or whatever. Now, I know that seems kind of strange, but and personally, I don't really care. But what I'm trying to do is prepare you for the workforce. And there are kind of certain expectations you have in different fields and prepare you for future classes. Some teachers really do care. But I will correct you if your emails are inappropriate or you're not addressing me correctly or whatever. And the idea is to help you with your future classes and careers. Okay. I want as many opportunities for you guys in the future as possible. And sometimes students just don't know when they come off as, possibly rude or maybe something's miscommunicated or, you want to proofread your emails, make sure that it's written with respect and positive in general. So work on that stuff. I did post this right here. If you could take a look at this, this would help. It's just a link that takes you to a page where it talks about how to write your professors in this class, but all your other classes. Course description, I'll let you read through that on your own. You can read through course interaction too. That's just stuff for accreditation. These dates are really important. These are administrative dates. So this is the start date of the class. Last day to add, last day to drop with a refund, last day to drop without a W, last day to drop with a W, and this is the last day of class. And then at the very bottom here, I have some contacts for tutoring. Ventura College has tutors available. I don't know what their scheduling is, so you're going to want to take a look at their website, or you can call them, or you can email them. I suggest doing that now, like especially maybe even before the class starts. Find out their schedule and see if you can set something up. Usually what happens is students wait until it's too late. They're deep into the semester, they've fallen behind, and then it's kind of too late, and they can try and catch up, but especially hard during the summer. All right, if you're a student with disabilities, make sure you read that. I do need those forms in before you take your exam, so I would do it during the first week. If you have any Canvas technical support issues, I put some links there. If you have MyLab technical support issues, I've got some info there, some links. And if you have any VC bookstore issues, I know most of us are just purchasing online, so this isn't an issue, but if you do purchase from the bookstore, there's their contact info. Okay, all right, that's it for the syllabus.